Let me, I guess in a sense, pick up where the chairman was a little while ago. This is a very, very important issue because it affects three different aspects of America. It's very important in terms of energy independence from foreign sources. And I think the American people have a deep instinctive understanding of why we have a national interest in trying to maximize American production of energy. It is second, very, very important from an environmental standpoint because it is, if you're concerned about global warming, not supporting ethanol makes absolutely no sense. And if you're concerned about carbon loading of the atmosphere, supporting ethanol is a major step in the right direction in terms of having a fuel which does not maximize putting carbon in the atmosphere. But third, as a practical matter, this is very important to the American economy and to rural America. And I find it fascinating. You know, a year and a half ago, ethanol was being attacked because you were raising the cost of agriculture. Now, the prices being paid for agricultural commodities has gone down radically. Yet, ethanol production has not diminished, which would lead one to believe that last year's entire campaign was baloney. But the fact is that there were other factors, including the price of oil, which were driving up the cost of food, but that in fact, given the total capacity of the United States to produce particularly corn-based products, that it has very, very little impact on the price of food. What it does have a big impact on is the income of rural America. And so I just want to be very clear where I think the American people are, and I think they're in a very different space than much of the elite in Washington. The American people, if they have to choose, and we have plenty of polling data on this, if they have to choose between the next $1 million going to the Middle East or going to Middle America, by about 79 to 10, they prefer it goes to Middle America. If they get to choose between a fuel which is good for the atmosphere or a fuel that isn't, by about 79 to 10, they favor a fuel which is good for the atmosphere. And I think the whole concept that is being captured here this evening, that we as Americans have a vested interest in an American fuel to meet American national security, to increase American jobs. I know it's a big uphill challenge, but I really think that, and I really hope that President Obama and the new administration will look at the simple impact of moving to E15 as the regulatory standard in terms of the total number of jobs that it'll create. Because this offers a serious opportunity to create several 100,000 American jobs in precisely the direction President Obama has described. It strengthens the economy, it strengthens the environment, and it strengthens national security. And there are not many things you can say that about in all three counts. Jeff, I want to particularly commend you for your leadership in creating this new association and for moving in the direction of this kind of a positive program, both for the Midwest, but also for all of America. And I have to close as a Georgian by pointing out that as Jeff helps develop cellulosic ethanol, and as he helps develop things like using corn cob, as Georgians, we produce a fairly large amount of fiber, and we would like to talk later on about even broader opportunities in New Hampshire, in Maine, in Michigan, and I must say, modestly, in Georgia. And I know from my background with the Agriculture Committee that your ability to reach out to all 50 states with a new opportunity is one you won't reject. So thank you all very much for being here.